We noticed since the start of 2022 an escalation of Israeli violence. In a matter of 2 weeks, 18 Palestinians were killed in the West Bank. Some of them are minors, others are women. They were killed in a brutal way. What Israel is trying to do is to divide Al-Aqsa Mosque between Muslims and settlers, similar to the situation, the current situation of the Ibrahimi Mosque in Hebron. Al-Aqsa Mosque is not just this religious, but it is a social and political space where Palestinians gather and where they transcend the imposed fragmentation on them by the Israeli government. Another thing is that Al-Aqsa Mosque is what unites Palestinians on one thing. It's important to clarify that Israel is practicing the same against Palestinian Christians. As Palestinians are now celebrating Easter, Israel has restricted the number of Palestinians who can enter the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem to only 1,000 people. Palestinians from the Gaza Strip and from the West Bank are denied access to Jerusalem to celebrate Easter. So all of the violence against Palestinians, be it the violence that we are seeing at the Damascus Gate Plaza, or which is one of the gates that leads to the old city of Jerusalem, or inside the mosque, are part of Israeli efforts to change the status quo of Jerusalem and to be the one in control, the one that has an omnipotent presence in Jerusalem and in Palestine in general. And Palestinians, of course, are resisting that. We refuse Israeli control over what is important to us, over what is important to our existence. And the more we resist, the more Israel escalates the violence inflicted upon us. It's been important to be part of the SUSPS program because I think it's a show of solidarity with Palestine, even if it is something that at the individual level, like supporting one person. But in my opinion, it is part of expressing solidarity with Palestinians, particularly with activists on the ground, because we might not have access to institutions of education abroad for different reasons, mainly due to financial reasons. Through SUSPS, I've managed to do my degree, my master's degree in something that I was passionate about, which is English literature. And that brings me to the other reason why SUSPS is important, because in Palestine, we don't have master's degrees in English literature. And that is what I was interested in. Through being in Scotland, I learned different aspects about people in the global north, which is really important if we want to build alliances, if we want to open dialogues with people in the global north, which I think is important. As an academic institution, Aberdeen University was, for any academia, if it is to play a role in the context of Palestine, I do think it's to be a tool in order to inform more resistance actions on the ground. When I came back to Palestine, all of this knowledge that I acquired was translated into actions on the ground. I could critically analyze why Israel is doing what it's doing. How can we respond to that?